see, reactions ain't just a word around here, and we ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Yeah, that's right, folks. Welcome to Pitchin Grenades Renegade Reactions, where shit's about to get real.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Pitchin Grenades Renegade Reactions. Today you're going to need to buckle up because we've got Chris Webby Raw Thoughts 6 coming your way. The last one in the series. As of now, we've done 1 through 5. This is number 6. Make sure you check out the others on the channel after you've seen this video. Today the gloves come off, the filters are gone, and the facts are incoming. Every time Webby does one of these, this man unloads a whole political therapy session through the mic. And this one, supposedly his final raw thoughts. God, I hope not. But we're 7 years deep into the series. So if it is, Webby's about to sign off with fireworks. Let's dive in, bar for bar, thought for thought. If you've ever tuned in here before, you already know we do it Pitchin Grenades style. Full throttle feedback, bare knuckle breakdowns, no sugarcoating. Webby's about to speak his truth, and I'm about to speak mine. So let's hit play. 20 years after the cordyceps outbreak brought society to a halt, the United States remained a wasteland. Between Fedra ruling over the QZs, bands of raiders, and the infected, hope seemed a concept long forgotten. When word reached an undisclosed outpost in Connecticut about a potential cure, a small group of survivors embarked on a journey to find it. I think that's where we find ourselves. Right here, looks like an abandoned warehouse. Might not even be a warehouse, could just be an abandoned place. And I believe that is Webby right there on the hunt. So let's see what he finds. Nasty. Oh, there's a safe. That's a good place to start. And as you see there, we have the cure. For what, we don't know.
Here we are again. I wish I didn't have to keep writing these songs, I really do. Let me warm up real quick.
Yeah, we're all in trouble if he's warming up. You can almost feel the fatigue in his breath. The "here we go again" line, the sigh of a man who's seen way too much stupidity to stay quiet any longer. Every Raw Thoughts begins with that reluctant duty vibe, like he'd rather be chilling out, but the world keeps poking the bear. So this is Webby shaking his head before turning on the ignition key on what I'm expecting to be another lyrical explosion. Let's find out.
Another time, another year, another chance to remind these rappers why I'm who they fear. If we're being honest, I've been getting tired of it here. Now it's time to say goodbye and have me sign your souvenirs, cause this Wednesday's the last one.
All right, framing the whole record like a curtain call right here. Tired, but triumphant. 7 years of Raw Thoughts, and you can't hear that mix of exhaustion and pride in his voice. Like his sign your souvenirs line. That's not ego, it's legacy. Webby's saying, I gave you all 7 Wednesdays of truth bombs, and now it's time to walk off stage with scorch marks behind me. I said scorch marks, not storch marks. For those of you that know, you know.
It's a rap, son. 7-year album rollout. And And then when that's done, I ain't really got a plan for what be coming next. But before I dip, you know I got a couple left. Get it off my chest, incline press, all in an eloquent way. If you don't move, you might be catching it straight. Low key, lot of rappers biting Webby these days. I'm a proud dad. Who am I to get in the way of all my sons I gave life to? Look at them run. Feels like yesterday I taught them to walk. Now they become so big since I showed them how this shit could be done. Why would I ask for flowers in a game that's giving me nothing?
There, Webby just touched on the fact that he doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does, being an independent artist, of course, and not being promoted the way a lot of the other ones are. He's just drawing to the point that there's a blueprint to how to do this. You know, with everything going on in the world today, the internet, the streaming services, the concerts, the merchandise, there's a blueprint. And basically what he's insinuating is a lot of the rappers that are coming up these days have looked at what he did and basically just copied his blueprint, and none of them have bothered to give him any credit whatsoever, which is fine. It's the rap game. I mean, they don't run around patting each other on the back and screaming from the high heavens about all the help they got. But, you know, basically he's saying, no flowers for me. No.
I'm so independent, I make independent rappers look dependent. I birthed the business model, other people took the credit. So get your shit straight. I've been around since that Piff mixtapes. This ain't fucking clickbait.
See, that's vintage Webby right there, standing on the bones of the mixtape era. Back when Dat Piff downloads were currency, and you had to earn your clicks with bars, not algorithms, as it is today. Webby reminded everyone that independence isn't about a hashtag, it's a lifestyle. He lived before Spotify. And that I birthed the business model, that's not arrogance, that's a resume bullet point right there.
I'm so independent, I make independent rappers look dependent.
That's a hell of a bar right there, too.
I birthed the business model, other people took the credit. So get your shit straight. I've been around since that Piff mixtapes. This ain't fucking clickbait. When I'm on the road, I'm who they paying to see. Night after night, year after year, remaining to be one of the coldest MCs, undebated indeed. They try but can't replicate being as crazy as me. An OG in a game full of puppies and I'm Cujo. Yeah, they got some monthlies. They ain't packing rooms though. They don't know the ciphers where I grew up paying dues. They'll never.
Man's throwing bones at his roots. Raw cipher rooms, battle scars, and long nights, providing every syllable. While today's rappers live on TikTok snippets, Webby came from a world where your verse had to survive in a room full of killers. Hence the Cujo bar sums it up. Rabid loyalty, hunger, no leash in sight. That's the way it was where he came from.
Fit in my shoes, they'll never do what I do. So tell the government they'll get to killing me already. What the fuck you waiting on? I told you, Hillary, I'm ready for shit until they get me. We gon' ride it higher now with the bars. Yeah, singing like the Irish side of town. And my mind's derailed like all the damn trains these days. Got me afraid of the rain these days. But the Ukraine these days, yeah, that's what they want us watching. Instead of chemical fires and clouds of dioxins, vinyl chloride.
Yeah, you gotta spin this one back. This is a good part here.
For shit until they get me, we gon' ride it higher now with the bars. Yeah, singing like the Irish side of town. And my mind's derailed like all the damn trains these days. Got me afraid of the rain these days. But the Ukraine these days, yeah, that's what they want us watching. Instead of chemical fires and clouds of dioxins, vinyl chloride killing with the drizzle dropping.
So the Ukraine, you know, and there's other things as well, obviously. What he's getting at here is there's a pivot. Like a bravado to a battle cry. Webby's paranoia meets prophecy, and he's throwing darts at global distractions, asking why chemical fires and corporate cover-ups get buried under geopolitical headlines, such as, you know, what's happening in the Ukraine, what's happening in the Middle East. But it's a whistleblower energy. Part rapper, part journalist, part mad scientist. Webby just screaming at them all from the basement and pointing out what's wrong in the world today.
These days got me afraid of the rain these days. But the Ukraine these days, yeah, that's what they want us watching. Instead of chemical fires and clouds of dioxins, vinyl chloride killing with the drizzle dropping. Breathing or eating food seeped in toxins, contaminate our crops and the water that we washing. And tell you that it's safe, they some lying motherfuckers. Now safe, they some lying motherfuckers. Now it's just
Sure are.
Just another cover-up. Really, I mean, what the fuck? All these black rock motherfuckers trying to come for us. Maybe we should come for them. Load and light the muzzle up. Pour some Ohio tap water and fill them up a cup.
Yeah, that'd be great. Pardon me. This section here feels like a rage documentary in rhyme. Webby spitting environmental revenge fantasies. Let's make the elites drink the poison they're selling. I mean, every bar here oozes frustration with the system that profits from pain. The East Palestine reference, the corporate callouts, it's like poetry from the trenches. Webby's holding all the receipts. Yep.
Straight from East Palestine, make them all swallow it and drive them to their first visit to the oncologist.
So
2 years later when the tumors all surface, just to look them in the eyes and tell them that they deserve it. We got Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, all these damn serpents in society.
Oh, he's throwing out names.
Them to their first visit to the oncologist. 2 years later when the tumors all surface, just to look them in the eyes and tell them that they deserve it. We got Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, all these damn serpents in society lying like they aren't trying to hurt us. The poison us for profit, they've been trimming down our population. Evil is the occupation with the great reset prepped and on deck. Sheep following sheep.
The sheep following sheep. Do you notice there? That's a sheep. They painted that, I don't know if it's a shed or just a pile of rubble, but it's definitely a sheep. And in this last section here, basically Webby's talking directly to the blind consumer crowd in this one. He's not telling people what to believe. He's telling them to believe in something on their own, as in not being influenced to do so, which is tough as hell to do these days because everybody's telling you to do everything. But this verse here is equal parts frustration and warning. We're being sold fear on subscription. That's a fact. And the free trial ended long ago.
Our country's falling apart, Biden's falling asleep. They put our rights up on the market and they bought them for cheap. While selling fear through propaganda, then they wash and repeat and see. They tell a boy he's a girl, no he's not, he's 8. That I will not debate, let alone tolerate. All these genders nowadays, how do we accommodate? Most of us are just confused, why y'all gotta call it hate? Canceling is all the rage, sanity been tossed away. Kids identifying as animals and we call them.
Oh, he's going there. He's going there, folks. This is Raw Thoughts. You should have expected it. Not for the weak at heart. That's for sure. Going to spin this back because he's really touching on a lot of important stuff right here.
Reset, prepped and on deck, sheep following sheep. Our country's falling apart, Biden's falling asleep. They put our rights up on the market and they bought them for cheap. While selling fear through propaganda, then they wash and repeat and see. They tell a boy he's a girl, no he's not, he's 8. That I will not debate, let alone tolerate. All these genders nowadays, how do we accommodate? Most of us are just confused, why y'all gotta call it hate? Canceling is all the rage, sanity been tossed away. Kids identifying as animals and we call them brave. But fuck that, I don't care if it's my kid or not. DCF can have them if they shitting in a litter box.
No.
I don't care if it's my kid or not. DCF can have them if they shitting in a litter box.
All right.
Did you get
See right here, who else is going to say it? Who else is going to say it? We appreciate you, Webby. We appreciate you. We really do. Webby here diving into the social minefield verse that'll get him trending and torched simultaneously. And he knows it. He knows it. Whether you agree or not, he's voicing what millions whisper at their dinner tables, but fear saying out loud. He's not just stirring the pot, he's throwing the whole thing out the damn window. Uh-huh.
get boosted? Well, Charlie Puth did. All these shots fucking with hearts
Charlie.
like Cupid. They selling souls to the pharmacists, taking blood money and sucking big pharma's dick. But
All right. We're on to the shots.
I don't care if it's my kid or not. DCF can have them if they shitting in a litter box. Did you get boosted? Well, Charlie Puth did. All these shots fucking with hearts like Cupid. They selling souls to the pharmacists, taking.
See, now he's torching Big Pharma. The Cupid bar is clever. Funny until you realize he's basically talking about a heart attack, not love arrows. Webby's skepticism walks that razor edge between comedic and critic. This isn't ignorance, it's rebellion wrapped in wordplay. A lot of people ended up really sick and dying after those COVID shots. They never properly tested. They can say whatever they want, but the facts are the facts now. We all know they never tested this stuff. And, I at one point here where I live, you literally couldn't go from province to province without having a card on your phone stating that you had been vaccinated at least 2 or 3 times. You couldn't go to another province. You couldn't go to work. They were threatening to fire you from your jobs. And all for what? For another common cold. I don't know. That's how I see it.
Blood money and sucking big pharma's dick. But listen, that could never be Webby. I'd rather die a martyr than be a motherfucking hashtag Pfizer partner.
That line right there could headline any protest poster. He's defining his whole ethos, true over trends. You might call him reckless, but at least he's free. That is Webby's gospel.
And I'm not saying that you're stupid if you're vaxxed though, Mr. Fiasco. All I'm saying is I am smart. I know that I'm a fire starter, but I tried to tell them all in raw thoughts fine. But let me add, if you got it against your will for a job that'll pay your bills, then your bosses should be in jail. Your doctor should all be and I'm sorry, that's how I feel. But they were following orders. You know who else was following orders? Nazi supporters. Yeah, if you got it against your will for a job that'll pay your bills, then your bosses should be in jail. Your doctor should all be and I'm sorry, that's how I feel. But they were following orders. You know who else was following orders? Nazi supporters. Fuck all the employers who ever forcing their staff to be enforced with a jab for a flu that they probably already had, to keep a job that gives them all that they have. Free country, how the fuck are we even calling it that?
Line of the song right there. Free country, how the fuck are we even calling it that? Because it's not a free country anymore. It's getting a little better than it was a couple years ago, but it's still bullshit, you know? What you hear is raw rage bleeding onto the page here. A man done watching hypocrisy, dressed as safety. Whether you call it unfiltered or unhinged, the honesty cuts through the noise. Webby demanding accountability from the very people that we're all told to trust. So how about that?
Is it like some sick joke? Is it all for a laugh? Have we truly reached a point that we're too lost to get back? Are we body positive? Is it fine to be fat? It's actually healthy according to some scientist stats. But look, Nestle is the company supplying the fat.
And suddenly we're swerving from medicine into marketing. That's Webby's genius right there. He links body image culture to corporate manipulation in the same breath. Right there. Basically what Webby's saying is even our self-love movements are being sold back to us by the same giants poisoning the food chain. You can't outsmart a man who reads labels and headlines with equal suspicion. That's the truth.
Conspiracy. I'm just not subscribing to that. So get your tinfoil hat and never come back again. Racist colonizer, I will never play your tracks again till you say sorry for being white. Not that again. How you blaming me for slavery? Shit, I'm Italian.
You blaming me for slavery? I'm Italian. Taking aim at collective guilt culture here, breaking it down in its absurdity. It's like confrontational humor, the kind that you never hear on late night TV anymore. That's why Webby matters. He says the things mainstream voices are too sponsored to say.
Only on your mother's side, see? You just fucking lie. Shut the fuck up, yo. Damn, let me fucking slide. Not getting canceled already, it's been a bumpy ride. You expect me to run and hide? Never that. I be ivermectin with it, yeah, I gave him the remedy. Hit the game with the recipe, did it safe and effectively. Saw the Grim Reaper just a couple paces ahead of me. But we cut a side deal and dug a grave for my enemies. And the thing about the truth is, they don't let us see. And the thing about the proof is, they keep it from me. While the thing about the news is, it's made for dummies. And the thing about the Jews is...
All right, this verse basically feels like a manifesto. He's comparing himself to medicine, controversial but effective. The rhythm in the background sounds like a heartbeat under stress, kind of. With each line hammering home that censorship isn't about safety, it's about silence. The way he writes what repetition shows how ridiculous the modern news cycle has become.
Wait, did my song censor itself? Oh, great. Now they'll say I'm anti-Semitic as well.
And I mean, carrying right on here, that self-censoring moment is pure genius. He weaponizes the bleep himself. It's him mocking cancel culture in real time, turning the censor beef into a punchline. He's saying, let's see how fast you judge me before I even spoke. Meta commentary in its rawest form right there.
All right, and make sure my records never will sell. Say what you will about them, yo, but shit, they clever as hell. Jesus Christ, folks, are we at the point where as a white guy I gotta ask if it's fine if I make a white joke? A little extra mayonnaise up on the side joke? A little I don't get pulled over when I drive joke? Lighten up, people, we ain't so different. The two
right there, this stretch could have been lifted straight out of a stand-up special. Webby appealing for humor in a humorless world. Not out of malice, but out of desperation to feel human again. We ain't so different. That's the thesis of all the raw thoughts. Beneath the outrage is unity waiting to be remembered.
teams now are the compliers and the dissidents. So pick a side, ain't no time for you to sit the fence. Say fuck this, refuse to be a participant. Awake yourself from the cloud of cognitive dissonance. Conspiracies are coming true, it's no coincidence.
You know, Webby, right there breaking down the fourth wall, talking to the listener, not the rap game. It's that final rallying cry of his, so choose your side. He's not trying to convert anyone, just trying to shake them awake. The dissident label has never sounded so proud.
The ones in power banking on us staying ignorant. That's why they hate us when we give a shit. So listen, cause if everybody gave a shit at once, then their game would all be done. If the people united against the few that run the planet, we would take them in a month. I don't know what would come after. After all, I'm just a rapper.
That right there is the message Webby's been building for 7 years in the Raw Thoughts. One collective awakening is all it would take to topple the system. It's hopeful, tragic, revolutionary, all in one breath. Webby's not just finishing a series, but he's somewhat almost feels like he's passing the torch to his audience.
Trying to spread truth while I'm still on earth. And sometimes with the truth, that shit gon' hurt. Last Wednesday, bitch. But before I dip off, I got some people that I gotta piss off first. Webby, Raw Thoughts.
And there it is, the perfect Raw Thoughts exit. One last laugh, one last grenade, one last truth bomb with a smirk. It's Webby's signature, equal parts chaos and clarity. You don't finish a Raw Thoughts track smiling. You finish a Raw Thoughts track thinking, tongue-tied.
Fuck Ted Cruz, too.
Fuck Ted Cruz, too.
To all my brothers and sisters in the quarantine zones, or anyone else tapped into these frequencies hearing my words, the survivors out there who still have enough fight in them to stand up against the injustice and tyranny of the establishments risen from the shadow of our society's collapse. Fedra and their affiliate groups seek to keep us in a state of dependence as they rule over us, just like the government elites in times of old. We may be lost, our spirits may be broken, but it isn't over yet. My name is of no importance anymore. All that matters is that I have found the cure they've been keeping from us. Anyone looking to seek refuge and help us take the next steps towards a brighter tomorrow, you have a home with us. To those prepared to dissent, now is our time to rise. And to those whose fear blinds them into compliance, it's time to pick a side. If you continue to ride the fence, you will get caught in the crossfire. Because there will be a war ahead, both of the physical and spiritual kind. And if the wrong side winds up on the losing end, it very well may be the last war. So to anyone looking to interfere and try to further subjugate us, Fedra or whoever, we'll be ready.
All right. Well, if this is really the final chapter, and I really, really hope it's not, Webby, please, that this can't be the last one. There's got to be another one soon. Would be great too. Fantastic. If this is really the final chapter, it is the most explosive one yet. Raw Thought 6 isn't just a song; it's a manifesto disguised as meltdown. It's funny, furious, uncomfortable, absolutely fearless. Webby leaves the booth like a man clocking out after cleaning up a mess no one else would touch. So whether you salute him or scroll past, you gotta respect him because he's never flinched, not once, in 7 years of Raw Thoughts. If you enjoyed the reaction today, make sure you check out Webby's original video. I will leave it down in the description. Go to his channel, give a like, give a subscribe, maybe even a comment. Before you leave our channel, do all those things once again. The like, the comment, the subscribe, and hit the bell. If you hit the bell, you won't miss our next reaction. This is stuff you don't want to miss, folks. That's going to be it for today. Until next time, have a super afternoon, and we'll see you again.